it meant anything goes. Anyone could die, anyone could fall in love, anyone could die, anyone could fall in love, anyone could die, anyone could die.
Asian apocalypse.
Concept was so cool.
Asian apocalypse.
Concept was so cool.
People couldn't believe it. They had to believe it. People couldn't believe it. They had to believe it. Everything that you hit on the known level. Out the window. Everything that you hit on the known level. Out the window. Everything that you hit on the known level. Out the window.
I'm Jeremy Greer.
And I'm Gary Butterfield.
And this is Days of Gambit Past.
Today's a Gambit Past.
We are back with our Cajun hero saving the world as only our Cajun hero can with Gambit and the X-Ternals. Gary, how are you doing today? What's going on with you, man? Things are good?
Not great. Bad mental health and tired and guts.
Yeah.
And now I've added, it's creeping up on lunchtime.
Uh-oh.
I got that coming up as well. I have various complaints. I got my share of troubles.
Cool.
How about you?
We got 22 pages. You want to see if we can go down to 22 minutes?
Let's hope. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm as well as one can expect. My state is crazy, reporting high record number of cases. We haven't even hit the July 4th bump, which I know is coming. Nobody's wearing a mask. The big town that I live in, that me and you hung out in quite a bit when you came down, it made it to number 6 in the nation as far as new COVID cases.
Yeesh.
And the mayor yesterday said that wearing masks would be not practical because of all of the stipulations. And I'm like, you could just tell them to wear the mask. Like, it seems
other cities are doing it.
Yeah.
You fucking dumbass. Like
a lot bigger cities.
When I leave the house, which I don't do that often, and I look around, like I've got about a 2-to-1 mask ratio. I look around like 2 people wearing them for every one who isn't.
Pretty good.
And that's not so bad. That's still making a difference. Like the mayor's doing that whole, if you can't help everybody, help nobody bullshit. It seems like. So, yeah, no good.
Really frustrating.
No good. Yeah, I'm also like, I've hit my quarantine limit. Like I'm definitely losing my mind now.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that I'm missing specific things. I just, my mental health has taken a huge dip in the last couple of weeks in terms of just being stuck in a constant deluge of bad news. And, just I'm getting like really weirdly agoraphobic. Like I go outside and I get real nervous, and it's no good.
Yeah. It's everything is bad.
Yeah.
Except for Gambit and the X-Ternals number 3, which is pretty good. I like this. I like a lot of this.
Yeah. None of the stuff that's on the cover happens in it.
No.
The cover of it's real weird.
Not at all.
Yeah. There's a lot more like, bots on the cover. This is the group, Gambit and his gang of thieves who were sent to the Shi'ar Empire to steal the Makran crystal.
Yes. My one complaint about this is that Jubilee and Lila Cheney look pretty much exactly the same, almost in every single panel, and I had a real hard time figuring out who was talking. It's
because Lila, they're both wearing headbands and having their hair. Like I'm looking at the first splash page of this, and they have the same haircut Gambit has.
Yeah.
They have the headband and the hair.
Everybody chose hair option number 3 in the character builder.
Yeah. If you're going to roll with Gambit, you get Gambit haircut.
Gambit didn't spend 1,600 hours at cosmetology school to not cut hair share.
To not practice on the X-Ternals. No way.
No way.
He's the one who created the weird little nubs that Strong Guy has instead of hair.
Oh, yeah,
he has
absolutely.
Like 4 buttons.
I bet he charged up the last one before he put it on, too. You know what I'm saying? Just as a little zoop.
This kinetic energy charged the Strong Guy. I like this is the first time I noticed in Gambit's costume his techno bolo tie. And Jubilee has one too.
Yeah, a lot of bolos in space, I guess.
Yeah, space bolos. Yeah, weird. So they're on the Starjammers. They hooked up with the Starjammers who rescued them from the Shi'ar planet that was turning to crystals.
Yes.
And they're going to go to this planet to grab the Macraean crystal. They're going to sneak onto. This starts with a big reaction shot of them all seeing it. And what they're seeing is that the planet is like made of energy and is in the middle of like a space station.
Yeah. And it looks like improbably huge. And of course they immediately are like, well, how the fuck are we going to do anything with this? This is not going to happen.
Yeah, we're fucked. It's kind of crazy that this is Salvador Larroca doing the art. If you remember, right, Salvador Larroca was the one who did the Murder at the Mansion arc, I want to say. No, that wasn't him. Salvador Larroca is a real weird artist.
Okay.
I guess is my point. He did some stuff in the new X-Men run, and his style has changed so much.
Gotcha.
Like in the 10 years between this and that, like this is totally different than his modern art.
This kind of feels like just like kind of bog standard house style Marvel, like to me.
Yeah.
This just feels like kind of a straight putt as far as all of this stuff goes. So
yeah, like the 90s, like very heavy lines.
Yes.
Or lots of like little scratches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Gambit's like, should we do this? And Deathbird, who is the leader of the Shi'ar in this world, basically say like, yeah, like what we're going to do is occupy the Imperium fleet.
She's not the leader of the Shi'ar. She's the leader of like the rebel Shi'ar people.
She's the leader of the Starjammers. Did I say
Starjammers?
Shi'ar?
You said Shi'ar, yeah.
Oh, okay. I meant Starjammers.
Just trying to save you from all of our wonderful fans who really never tweeted us at all, but we keep making those jokes. So
it's my number one fear. So it's so she's saying like we're going to keep them busy while you do the heist.
Yes.
The Imperial people here, and Jubilee's like, what do you mean like the Imperial thing? And then Chode points out the window to look at all the ships that are surrounding this planet that they somehow didn't she didn't see before.
Yeah. So they teleport our X-Ternals down to the planet ground. There's a lot of like rainbow colors in this issue that I'm really here for. Like just it's very colorful in general. I'm kind of down for it.
Yeah. Like
Strong Guy is like, oh shit, I actually got beamed down to a planet. That's wild.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yep. So a bunch of the Shi'ar like troopers come forward, and Gambit says, "Hey, this is just like the Infinites," and they get into a fight.
Yes.
Like easy for you. And the idea is the X-Ternals, the other X-Ternals hold them off while Leela Cheney and Gambit go steal the crystal.
Yes. Fight scenes are generally pretty good. Like lots of blasting, lots of color. Jubilee's like flinging stuff around. It's, Sunspot's doing his thing. Like it's just generally really good shit coming around this comic book. I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of that character development of Guido, being upset that Gambit is dating Leela Cheney, there, and there's like, oh, can we make it? And it's like, it doesn't matter if we make it. Like self-sacrifice is the big Age of Apocalypse watchword.
Yeah. And Sunspot hammers that home as well. It's like, we don't have to actually beat these people, just hold them long enough so that Gambit and the rest of the crew can get the crystal. Like we don't really matter in this anymore. Like we're trying to save the universe. They go find the crystal. And are surprised that it is very large.
Yes, it is my large adult crystal.
It's a crystal.
Crystal large. And basically they say like the whole thing contains its entirety. We just need a tiny sliver of it. This thing is infinity, so a piece of infinity is infinity.
Yes.
That's all really cool.
Yeah.
To me.
All of that stuff is really neat. There's some more brief fighting, but what ends up happening is that something grabs Leela Cheney and pulls her inside the crystal itself. Gambit immediately tries to jump in, but Deathbird holds him back, and he's like, "Nope, I've been a really bad dude, and this is how I'm gonna make up for it."
Yeah,
which I find very funny.
I don't care. That woman matters to me, and I'm tired of letting her down. Besides, you keep saying you never expected to survive this throwdown. Right? Might as well go out in style. And of course, what's inside here is some kind of cigar goblin.
Of course, sure, because of course it is, right? Like I love this. Yeah. This is great. I mean, I have no complaints about cigar goblin whatsoever.
It reminds me of like the imp that Bishop talked to in the animated series.
Yes, absolutely.
The Time Stream imp. This is Jaff, and apparently Jaff is in the main Marvel universe, but I could not remember Jaff.
I'm sure Jaff
the
is
cigar
in the
goblin.
616. Jaff would be like a good like special attack dude in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. Like if you saw this little dude come out and like what the fuck was that?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we just got jaffed.
Leon from Resident Evil is like, excuse me? Is that a boyfriend?
Yeah. Jaff is, I'll be your host. Like, he has that kind of snark that interdimensional beings have in the Marvel universe. Like, I will be your host while the universe is destroyed. We cut back to the X-Ternals who are outside, and things are kind of rough stuff. Strong Guy is absorbing more kinetic energy than he can handle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunspot turns white. He's absorbing a weird kind of energy around him and turns into like negative Sunspot.
Yes. Which is cool. Like the idea of that is really interesting. We don't really hang out with that because Gladiator and Richter show up.
Yep. He basically uses Richter as like a bomb. Like he just throws him to cause an earthquake.
Perfect. That's exactly how Richter needs to be used. Again,
and they
in
also
Marvel
didn't
vs.
give Richter
Capcom.
Richter, they probably offered him a shirt and he's like, no way.
Nope. Not happening.
Not my costume.
Does Gladiator do anything besides this? Like I know I'm going through page by page, but on page 12 right now, I don't think he ever shows back up in this book, right?
No, we mostly spend time in the crystal.
Yeah.
From here. Because I think this is all going to get concluded in the next one where there'll probably be a big fight with Gladiator and the X-Ternals will sacrifice themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They basically said we're going to die if Leela and Gambit don't do it. They have a little walk and they're like, time is a weird thing inside the crystal. Like it's okay for us to do this leisurely stroll. They go to the center of the crystal and Deken of the Shi'ar Empire is like transfixed by the crystal, as is Lila Cheney.
Yes. And Deathbird is like, oh, this is that dude I've been trying to kill my entire life. So I'm going to go, oh, I'm trapped with the thing too. Now I'm the same thing. So all three of them are just like possessed by this crystal's awareness, while Joff explains what this crystal is. And it's a lot of flowery words about like dimensional stuff, which I think is kind of cool. Like I've not really dealt with a lot of McCran crystal bullshit, and never had anybody explain it like just straight up like this Joff troll is doing. But it's kind of cool. Like, and he even says like this shit gets confusing. Like the inside is a nexus point between all matter and all antimatter, which is crossing over to every single different reality in existence. And if you use the McCran crystal, it's a doorway, which you have to keep closed because if it opens up, it'll start basically matter and antimatter will start drifting where it's not supposed to and basically start unmaking reality. Which is bad. You never want to unmake your reality, Gary.
No, you want to keep it made.
Yeah, you want to keep that shit made.
And the, I didn't know very much about that either, but this whole speech counts as McCredit at McCunity College and McCran Crystal.
McCredit and McCunity College. I like it.
So basically, and
sorry, go. I was going to make a real bad community joke, but let's keep rolling. I don't need to go there.
These vibrations that the world is going to end are the only person who's picking them up is Bishop. So that's why he, came out. This is actually like a really important issue to the plot of.
100%. Yeah.
This is the one issue 3 that is not nothing. So basically Bishop has detected this stuff because Charles Xavier died. And this is actually a Charles Xavier difference that makes a lot of sense. Because Jean Grey was never trained, she never became the Phoenix. Because she never became the Phoenix never went and repaired the McCran crystal.
Yep.
Which is apparently something the Phoenix did. I did not remember. But in this universe, the McCran crystal has just slowly been leaking and destroying the universe.
Yes.
This whole time. So the Age of Apocalypse is doomed because we need the Phoenix for the universe to be okay.
The only thing I knew about the McCran crystal, I knew 2 things, which was the Shi'ar stuff and the Phoenix healed it at some point. Like that was the 2 things that I didn't know any of this nexus of matter and antimatter stuff.
Yeah. Yep. It's neat.
And I just love as Joff is talking about this of like, yeah, your reality is not supposed to exist. It's going to spread and all reality is going to die. And Gambit has this really small dialogue paddle that says, the end of everything. Like not even, he doesn't break. And like, I had to do manual labor. I had to do manual labor yesterday with like some like actual fucking Cajuns yesterday. And they just kept calling me like, and I had forgotten this. They called me bruh. B
oh sure
or T, And I got tea a lot. I had forgotten that tea was a thing. Like
tea.
You need some water tea? And I'm like, yeah, I could. It's fucking 90,000
degrees. Or tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer to have coffee tea, please.
But the idea that they would look up and go like, oh, the end of everything.
It is the end of everyone, the Gambit. And this is kind of, Gambit at this point is just kind of like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
Which is fine, like he's a minor character and he's being asked to do something really big. It's a little bit, this is the whole reason you were here, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
The cigar elf convinces him to do it. And he's like, listen, it's not going to be easy. You have to leave a part of yourself in a fair trade, which has like, Avengers Endgame,
mm-hmm.
Infinity kind of things. And then Gambit has another small thing where he's like, that may be a problem, Jeff. See, this Cajun boy never give nothing to nobody him whole life. I'm like, Gambit.
Boy.
It's like pity party at the end of this.
And then I was totally wrong. Gladiator shows up.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
Barely. Like it's for like 1 page of punching or 2 pages of punching before he gets turned into a statue. He's fighting Sunspot.
Love. I just
or not
Gary,
Sunspot.
You are an idiot, Gladiator.
Yes. This is a really good panel.
You are an idiot, Gladiator.
Meanwhile, and then Gladiator responds, because I abide by my emperor's wishes. It's like, yeah, dumbass.
You bootlicking motherfucker. That's exactly why you're an idiot.
Like, what kind of Sekiro ass shit is this with your honor? Code 1, obey the father. Get out of here. So he's strangling Sunspot. Sunspot turns white hot because of this stuff,
mm-hmm.
And a gigantic energy explosion happens that turns all the Shi'ar into glass.
Yes.
Glass statues.
The only ones that are left are X-Ternals, and somehow Richter managed to escape this.
Yes.
And then they make the very quick decision to jump into the McCran crystal along with everybody else. And they do. They jump in. And Joff is basically saying, like, I know you're going to do this. It's the whole reason that Magneto sent you. He knew that you wouldn't want to fail her, which, of course, is Rogue.
Yeah. Yep. So he's like, okay, maybe, maybe not. The crystal wants something, and I just realized I do have a thing to offer. This is for you. And he jumps into it or throws his staff into it.
Yeah. What is happening here? I don't understand what he's giving the crystal right now.
Yeah, I don't know. In my mind, I was like, is love for Rogue or something, but I can't remember if that's actually true. We'll find out next issue. But he thinks they're all going to die. They got the shard, but reality is still on this timer, and Sunspot has absorbed way too much energy.
Yeah.
So he is going to explode.
Yes.
Leela Cheney's like, Leela Cheney, you have to get us out of here. She says, I'll do it for Bobby, for Magneto, to save the Earth.
Yes. I will not fail. And then that's the end of the issue.
Yep.
Leaning heavy on Lena Cheney and her teleportation powers and all of this.
Yep. And her new outfit.
Yeah. And this is all very good. Like, huge plot stuff. Like, art is good. Really enjoying Gambit. The end of everything is really fucking just like a delivery of the year. Like
and it's either that or you're an idiot, Gladiator. You are an idiot. One of those two. And this, the next issue is going to pay off for everything they're going to get back. We're going to have the payoff of the strong guy subplot with Leila Cheney and stuff like that. Like it's gonna get places. So I'm very excited to start next week. I know I said that at the end of last week, and then this week was a little bit of a dud. But I'm very excited to start next week when we start doing our number 4s when these plots start climaxing.
Ooh. That's my favorite part.
They climax, I climax.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, I am too. Like this, I want all of the issues to be this. Like I want everybody to be having like megaton explosion level, high level bullshit. And instead, a lot of them have been like, go find Ileana for 4 issues.
Go find a thing.
Yeah, which is fine. Like we gotta, it's a quest. You gotta fetch some shit for it. Like right, like we're gonna. That's how quests work. You gotta fetch some stuff. But I wanted this to kind of roll a little faster than it is doing. I realize they're selling issues and whatnot, but I hope like our next batch is like fucking let's roll, let's go.
A little bit more climactic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. And the I am looking forward to things converging as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing that happens is these characters start like showing up in the same place. So these things, these like disparate plots where they're going to go grab Destiny, they're going to go grab Ilyana and stuff. These characters come back together and have to kind of reckon with what they did. Since all the side teams just did a bunch of sacrificing, that will be good. Wolverine's going to run into Jean Grey now that she's with Scott, stuff like that. Like there's some good X-Men shit that's going to happen. And Fabian Nicieza is a better writer than Scott Lobdell, and the dialogue is better. It moves quicker. It's less maudlin. Like this is much better.
Agreed. I'm very excited about it. Also, maybe Mikhail Rasputin would show up, and we could talk more about him. I've learned a lot while I've been sitting here.
Oh yeah, the weather forecast calls for Mikhail.
Another snowstorms. And when that happens at McUnity College, you really gotta
you get him a snow day. If you like the show, head on over to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and kick us some money. We appreciate it. And you can also leave us ratings reviews on Apple Podcast or wherever you find podcasts.
Yeah. Don't leave reviews for this podcast on other podcasts. That's a weird thing to do. Don't do that.
Nope,
that helps other podcasts.
It needs to be quarantined. That kind of guppy nonsense only goes on with Guppy. This is the serious podcast.
Yes, extremely serious podcast.
Yeah. And we really appreciate you. We appreciate you listening. We will make an announcement as to what we're covering next soon. We've narrowed it down. We're going to do something short and good, and then something long and good, and then we might hit up some classics as well.
Yeah.
Those are all things that are kind of in the rotation. To answer a specific question, I have not read Hoxpox yet. I do have it, but it is also setting up a whole new status quo. I kind of want to see how long that status quo lasts before we dive into it. Because if it ends up being like the new X-Men run where we could just do the whole arc, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of want to wait a little while for that, but that's on the radar for eventually. And a couple of people have asked about like doing classics like Phoenix Saga and shit. And like, yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh yeah.
At some point I'd love to reread that.
Yeah,
so.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. Again, just remembering like something that always comes up when we talk about this in various other media. Like there was a Phoenix Saga, not just a Dark Phoenix Saga. Like there's a whole other saga that people deal with. Yeah.
Even though the Dark Phoenix one is the absolute killer one.
Oh yeah,
with the Hellfire Club with Wolverine in the basement and stuff. That whole issue that's just him taking out Hellfire Club members.
Yeah.
So we got stories for days.
Yep.
We'll do this as long as we want to. So not going anywhere. And good night.
Good night. Later.
All right.